Good morning, students. Today we are going to start new chapter in SPCC, in SP part. Chapter 3 we have completed. Chapter number 4. Chapter number 4. That is Memorandum of Association. Now, according to textbook, page number 96. What is Memorandum of Association? Memorandum of Association is a fundamental document of company which determines the area of working of a company. Memorandum of Association is a document which determines the area of working of a company, which determines means how to execute all the activities according to law and provision. Such law and provisions, such rules and regulation, such code of conduct, everything is mentioned in the company, how to execute each and every activity. And that's why there is another definition. MOA is a document which clarifies the internal or which contains internal and external rules and regulation. Once again, page number 96. Memorandum of Association is a fundamental, means basic document of a company which determines the area of working of a company. The objective of Memorandum of Association is to provide information about the objectives of the company to the shareholder, to the creditor, and all other persons having relation with the company. So, what is the objective of MOA? To provide information about the objectives of the company to the stakeholders. Stakeholders are those individuals or group of individuals or any institution who has attached with company for their own interest. For example, bank is company. Now suppose bank has given loan to the company, so bank has to get interest as well as principal amount. They need their interest, whatever loan they had paid, and after a specified time period they want their money back. In the same way, supplier who are selling goods on credit to company, they are supplying raw material or providing raw material to company on credit, so they want their money back. Means these are stakeholders. In the same way, government wants or expect tax from the company on their income. Then employees, which are internal part of the company, they want a salary. In this way, these are all, means institution or individual or any group of individuals who are attached with company for some economic interest, they are called stakeholders. So memorandum of association provides basic information about the objectives of the company. What are the objectives, what are the target, and how they are going to achieve those objectives, achieve those target. Such rules and regulation to achieve target is mentioned in the memorandum of association. Next one is memorandum of association is very important document which indicates an established company having a specific name, situated in a particular state, having fixed share capital with definite fixed liabilities of its member and a specific objective. All these factors, all these important points are mentioned in detail in memorandum of association. Means once again, name of the company is mentioned in the memorandum of association. In which state the company is situated, that is mentioned. What is the fixed share capital for which they are going to issue shares, means maximum amount for which they can issue shares, that amount is mentioned in the memorandum of association. Then what is the liability, limited or unlimited, that is mentioned, and what are their specific objectives and how they are going to achieve those objectives. Such methods, such objectives are mentioned in the memorandum of association. Now, according to Companies Act 2013, sorry, one more point, it indicates the establishment of company by the signatories. It indicates establishment of the company by the signatories, means the promoter, the person who has established the company, his sign is in the memorandum of association. Then other individuals who occupy higher position, they also putting their signature in that in the memorandum of association. So it shows that the company is established, it has some legal identity. Now, according to Companies Act 2013, definition of memorandum of association. Memorandum of association of company as originally framed or as altered, means is originally framed or it can be changed. Some rules and regulations are changed time to time according to changing situation. So memorandum of association of company as originally framed or as altered from time to time in pursuance of any previous company law or the present act, means according to previous company law means Company Act 1956, or present act means Companies Act 2013. Whatever document is prepared, originally framed means first time it is prepared, or some changes have brought in that document, such documents are called memorandum of association. As stated by Lord Keynes, memorandum of association is a constitution of company, like Constitution of India. In the same way, memorandum of association is a constitution of company, how to execute the work, when work is to be executed, which type of rules and regulation each and every individual has to follow, what are the responsibilities, rights, liabilities of each and every individual. Everything is mentioned in memorandum of association. That's why it is considered important line. Memorandum of association is a constitution of company and constitution of company, and such a document which shows the limitations of the officers limitations of the officers of a company under company established under law. So company which is established under law or according to legal rules and regulation, such memorandum of association is a constitution of the company, means it gives direction how to execute each and every activity, which rules and regulations are mandatory to follow, and such a document which shows the limitations here means responsibilities, which shows the limitations, responsibilities of each and every officer appointed in the company. According means company which is established under law. We all know that company is always established under law. Law means law according to provision of Companies Act 2013 or provision of Companies Act 1956. So any company which is established under the provision of Companies Act 2013 or any other former act, such institution is called company, and memorandum of association is the basic document of that company which gives direction, which give a guidance, and it is an important document which provides, which shows the responsibilities, which describe the responsibilities of each and every officers of the company. So this is a short introduction about memorandum of association. So it is a document which determines the area of working of company, and beyond that, if any individual, whatever area is defined, area is decided for each and every individual in order to perform their work, if they go beyond that area, does not mean boundary, geographical boundary. We are not talking about geographical boundary. We are talking about their response. For example, if chartered accountant is appointed in a company, so what is their responsibilities? What is their rights? So they have to perform their work according to rules and regulation of the government, rules and regulation of the RBI, rules and regulation of SEBI, rules and regulation of central government, rules and regulation of bank. They have to perform their work according to rules and regulations of different agencies, and he must know about their rights, about their responsibilities, and if they misuse their power, or if they do not fulfill the responsibilities, in that case his act will be considered invalid or illegal. In that case he will be punished also. So that's why we are explaining here that it is a document which determines the area of working of company. Area of working does not mean geographical boundary. It means rights and responsibilities according to rules and regulation. Everybody has to perform their function. Everybody has to perform their work. If they goes beyond that boundary of that area of working, then they are liable to compensate either to the company or to any other person or to any other institution who occurs loss. That's why everybody has to work according to the rights and responsibilities, according to the rules and regulation, or according to the work assigned to them. So that's why a memorandum of association is such a document which clarify the area of working of each and every person in the company. Memorandum of association is a document which clarifies the internal and external rules and regulation, both internal as well as external rules and regulation. The document which clarifies, which defines only internal rules and regulation of the company, that is called article of association. And memorandum of association is the document which clarifies both internal as well as external rules and regulation. Memorandum of association provides information about the objective of the company. What is the objective of the company in the current year or in the next 5 years, or they are providing such objectives to their stakeholders. Then memorandum of association is a constitution of company which gives direction, which give guidance, guidelines to the members of the company, and it is also such a document which shows the responsibilities, the boundary, how to utilize the powers of each and every officer of a company. Company means established under law. Now features. Next topic is characteristics of memorandum of association. Now whatever we have studied about the memorandum of association, out of that we try to take out 3 or 4 conclusion, means characteristics or features. Characteristics of memorandum of association. The first point, it is a basic fundamental document of company. It is a basic fundamental document of the company. Second point, it defines the objectives of the company. We have already studied about all these points in explanation. It defines the objectives of the company. Third point, it is useful for all parties. It is useful for all parties. Parties means here stakeholders. It is useful for all parties means for stakeholders, because it provides information about the objective of the company. It provides basic rules and regulation, internal rules and regulation, as well as external rules and regulation. So very clearly every individual or stakeholders are able to know about the objectives of the company, working area of each and every individual. Next, it provides the information about the existence of the company and its registered office, because name of the or address of the registered office, name of the company as well as address of the registered office is mentioned in the memorandum of association. So it provides information about the existence of the company and its registered office. Fifth point, it is very difficult to make changes in the memorandum of association, because each and every activity of the company is required to follow according to the rules and regulation, according to the provisions of Companies Act 2013 or Former Act, or sometimes guidelines of RBI, central government, company law board, SEBI. That's why it is very difficult, means after very long discussion it may be possible that we can bring some changes in or altered in the memorandum of association. So long process is there, difficult process is there. That's why it is written here that it is very difficult. It is very difficult to make changes in MOA, Memorandum of Association. So it is very difficult for a company to bring changes, to make amendments in Memorandum of Association. Sixth and last point, MOA is considered as constitution of the company. Because Memorandum of Association is contains all types of guidelines, all types of rules and regulation according to which company is required to be run. That's why it is considered as constitution of the company. So this is all about characteristics of Memorandum of Association. So meaning and Memorandum of Association completed, means page number 96 completed. Now page number 97, importance of Memorandum of Association, is deleted from the course. Now next, Memorandum of Association, next page. On page number 97 it is given clauses of the Memorandum of Association. Here orally I am explaining, page chart, page number 97. The different clauses are there, and each clauses has different sub clauses, means rules and regulations are classified, divided into different parts. This is called clause. First one is name clause, second one is registered office clause, third one is object clause, fourth one is liability clause, fifth one is capital clause, sixth one is subscription clause. Total there are 6 clauses of Memorandum of Association. So here first clause, that is name clause, I am going to explain. Now what are the basic rules and regulation which company is required to follow regarding the name of the company? That is name clause. Once again, total there are 6 clauses, means all rules and regulations are classified into 6 categories. First one is name clause. Here name clause means what type of rules and regulation a company, an institution has to follow. Name clause of the memorandum is necessary to state the name of the proposed company, means the name which they are going to give to that institution which is going to convert into company. So what type of name they are going to give to their institution, to their company. So name clause of the memorandum is necessary to state the name of the proposed company. Being artificial legal person, company must have some name, must have its name. So it is a privilege means advantage for the promoters of the company to select name of the company as they desire. So any name they can keep for their company, but they have to follow, means they have some restrictions, they have to follow some rules and regulation regarding keeping the name of the company. Now what are the rules, what are the clauses? First one is name stated in the memorandum of association should not be similar, should not be identical, resemble with the name of any other existing company. The first one is name, not name, proposed name. Proposed name of the company should not resemble with any other name of resemble with any other name of any the company should not resemble with the name of any other existing company. Second point, name of the company should not be undesirable or objectionable, and it should not constitute any offense under any law. Means name of the company should not be such which hurts the sentiments, feeling of any religion or any community. Means name should not be, in simple language, name should not be objectionable, should not be objectionable, and it should not constitute any offense under any law. Means name should be such, first one is name should be such which should not hurt the sentiments, the feelings of any particular religion. We should not be a target for any religion. Second one is the name should be such which is not an offense, which is not a crime, because keeping the name of the company is also a crime. If you are keeping wrong name which is against the rules and regulation, against the constitution of the country, then it is considered as an offense. So we should keep the name of the company in such a manner which should not be objectionable, or we should not be an offense under any law. Third one is no word or expression in the name of the company should be such it carries impression that the company is connected with. Means name should not be such which shows that it is related with central or state government or any local authority or body corporate constituted by central or state government. For example, RBI, CBI. Another example, President, Rashtrapita, Father of Nation, Prime Minister, Chief Minister, name of court, Governor. So name of the company should not be such which shows a relation with any central government, state government, or any other local bodies which are established under central or state government. Third point. Fourth point, every public company it is mandatory for every public company to add the word limited It is compulsory for every public company to add the word limited at the end of the name of the company. And for a private company, now we have already studied that companies are of two types, public and private. For private company, it is compulsory to add private limited at the end of the name of the company. And last point, companies propose on 4 points are sufficient. First, 2, 3 and fourth one I have not written. Means no words or expression should be attached with the company, once again, which is connected with central or state government or any local authority or local bodies like President, Prime Minister, Chief Minister, Court, Governor. So 4 points are sufficient. Last point I am reading. Companies proposed to be established for the purpose of promotion of commerce means such companies which are established in order to promote commerce, art, science, sport, research, social welfare, any particular religion, charity, having no motive, means such institution has no motive to distribute the profit, means they are not involved in commercial business. So no motive to distribute the profit in the form of dividend are exempted. Such institutions, such companies are exempted from adding the word limited or private limited. Means such companies are not required to add private limited or private limited at the end of the name of the company. If such companies are involved in sports, religion, then any other activities which is not a commercial activities, in that case they are not required to follow this point, means they are not required to add limited or private limited at the end of the company. So name clause is completed.